Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. We're talking about a growth mindset today. Now that seems so obvious and so vague, so broad, and yet today I felt like we so experienced that.
Yes, and it reminds me of the sprout that you wear in your hair a lot.
Well, that's why I
know,
wear it.
Because it's a constant, you have to pay constant attention to your growth mindset. Because a lot of times that fixed mindset will sneak up on you and hold you back, keep you stuck. And it's about recognizing it and saying, no, I want to have that growth mindset.
Okay, but that's not where I wanted to take this conversation.
Well, let's take it somewhere else.
I am driving this bus.
That's right.
We went real estate shopping today. Now, I don't know if you've ever done that, but for the last 2 weeks, I've been obsessed. I took this seminar from Robert Allen, and it was just a 3-day seminar. And it
Just
was
a 3-day seminar.
It was online, and next thing I know, I'm reading his books, which are No Money Down in the 2000s. I mean, his books are kind of old.
Well, that's
He's old.
23 years, right?
Yes. And then I got on Zillow. I don't know if you've ever been on Zillow.
Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com.
And I start looking at all these properties and I start crunching numbers and I think, okay, how much is it to buy and how much can I rent this for?
What do the numbers look like?
What
Dreaming and scheming.
What do I need to put down? What kind of work does this property need?
What's the rehab? What's the capital investment?
Yes, all of the numbers that go into this. And then I actually start doing research. Okay, what's happening in the nearby areas? I start doing market research. What is, what are the nearby schools? What does the development look like?
That gets exciting.
Because I start realizing things about the area that I didn't realize.
Right. And you're not going to know until it's too late or for an investment or until it just happens.
And I became so curious. So it has been so exciting for me. And in fact, hours have just creeped by, days have creeped by. And the secret ingredient here is that I have been curious. I've made it fun and playful.
And it wasn't about the fact that you didn't feel inferior because you knew nothing about real estate, because it has nothing to do with you. That's not something you studied.
It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with making money. And it has nothing to do with how can I become wealthy. It literally...
You accepted it as something new and exciting, and let's see what this is like. Let's be curious. Curiosity
is
is
like a
king.
new venture, and let's explore this.
And it's okay to not know it. Let's explore and ask questions. Let's lean on experts. Like, not lean on Uncle Sal, who just has an opinion about everything, but ask
Who's
someone.
Uncle Sal?
He's a fictional character that knows a little bit about everything, but nothing really about anything.
Okay.
So he has an opinion about things, but doesn't really have the facts. So leaning on an expert.
Now, I will say I did run into a little bit of a fixed mindset. And let me just tell you where.
Tell me.
I mean, this has been a real stumbling block for me, is that I've done so much research in the last 2 weeks. In fact, I've actually gotten in my car and I have driven to properties and I've actually knocked on doors and gone into properties to look at them. So, total strangers. Like I've actually gone into houses
It's listed.
where
Let me
the
in.
door was open. I'm like, hey, knock, knock. Is
Who's
anyone
there?
in here? Can I come in and look at this? So I've actually gone to these houses to look at the properties to see, okay, is this really what the picture looks like?
Right.
And what is
Or
the
is this
surrounding
like a
area?
20-year-old business card picture?
Exactly. Is this an Instagram picture?
Right.
With all the filters.
I see a lot of business cards where somebody has a picture of them from like
And I'm
glamour
like,
shots
wait a
20
minute.
years ago.
Yes,
And I'm
this
like,
is a prom picture. A glamour shot.
Did you take this at Blockbuster by chance?
Oh, that's so terrible. Okay, my whole thing is here's where I had my stumbling block is that I have gathered so much information, and some of it has been so surprising to me that I actually started sending out emails this morning to some friends of mine that I was like, "Oh my gosh, I was thinking about you today because I came across some information. I think this might be a really great deal for you." And I wasn't trying to sell them anything. I'm not a real estate agent. I don't have any stake in the skin in the game. I just literally was like, "Oh my gosh, did you know that this big wellness center is coming and they're building this big project and that the real estate is probably going to skyrocket in this area? Did you know this?"
So you were doing research in a particular area that they may or may not be doing research in, and you found what looked like might be a diamond hiding in the mountain.
And I'm like,
said,
"Oh my gosh.
Let me make sure some of the experts that I've been talking to are aware that this is out there, because it is you haven't seen any listing like that, and it's on a site you've never seen before."
Now, I know nothing about real estate, and up until 2 weeks ago, my head was in the clouds about real estate. So here I send a couple listings to my real estate expert friends saying, "Oh my gosh, I think this might be right up your alley, and I think you could make billions of dollars with this." Like literally, Disney's about ready to sell off half their
real estate,
right?
Their
I'm
undeveloped
like,
real estate.
This is big. This is like gold. For the right investor, this is gold.
For the right developer, yeah.
Now, I all of a sudden, after I hit send, I immediately was like, "Oh my gosh, who do I think I am?"
Who do I think I am that I'm going to find the diamond in the rough?
Right? Like, how narcissistic.
That is definitely very fixed mindset-ish. Like,
but why do I think that? I mean, what is the audacity it takes for me to send them a lead when they are the experts?
So leads come from everywhere, and it's not, so that's you putting meaning on that, and it's really nothing to do with you. And that's like, you're there to help. You're curious. And if it's not a good lead, allow them the space to say, "Hey, I really appreciate that, but that's not a lead for me." But it might be, even if it's not a good lead for them, it may be a perfect lead for someone that they know
in their circle.
Because it's for sale. If something's for sale, there's a buyer for it.
I don't know why I felt so. I don't know what I can't even place it. It's just almost like.
But it was that feeling that was a stop stick feeling for you.
It was a stop stick feeling, and all day I have felt it. And the fact that this person is normally, actually, these two people are normally very, 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 very prompt.
Communicative.
At replying to emails and texts and getting back to people, and I haven't heard from either one of them all day long, and I'm already having the feeling like, who do I think I am that I would send them a lead on something that they are the expert in?
So what's a more empowering thought?
And I'm just a peon who is just learning about this.
So possibly a more empowering thought could be, I have sent them such an amazing lead that they haven't had time to get back to me because they are trying to figure out who their other partners are going to be in buying this deal and who they need to talk to. And it's a monster find, and they are putting this deal together as we speak.
But for some reason in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they probably are rolling their eyes going, oh my God, this girl
Block
is
sender.
wasting our time. And here she has totally just sent us the moon saying, hey, here's some real estate deals for you.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't, it's not specific. It is so broad that it feels like she's just sending us the big universe saying, hey,
I got some ocean
pick a star
in Oklahoma. Well, so the thing is, if you're a buyer or if you're a seller and someone is sending you leads, it's let me teach that person how to send me leads. Like, let me teach them what the best leads are for me. Because that's where, so curiosity and the fact that you took that step out there is beautiful.
It feels too bold though. It feels like
don't let anyone dim your light.
I did something else the other day that after I did it, after a few hours, I was like, oh my God, I feel naked. I feel like I was
hangover.
yes, it is the vulnerability hangover. And I don't even know if I want to say it out loud.
Did you have your clothes on when you did it?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Tell
But
us.
I was in this, again, I was in a seminar and the speaker, who I thought was just excellent, John Lee, he
he's good.
asked for anyone listening to take a photo and then
screenshot?
Yeah, a screenshot, and then to tag him on Instagram. And I thought it was a terrible picture that I took, but it was the only one that I had time to take. And I put it up on Instagram, and then I tagged him along with every other speaker that was at the seminar, which was very, very bold of me.
Especially when you're like, I don't really tag anybody on my page.
Right. I don't even do Instagram.
You rarely tag
me.
me.
I don't even do Instagram. I don't do social media, to be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, they were like, hey, if you tag us, if you are bold enough to tag us, then we will share your Instagram post with all of our followers. And so I did it. I took that step and I did it, and nobody shared anything.
So how long did you give it?
I gave it 3 or 4 hours.
Okay. So to me, it shouldn't. Now how many? There were probably 1,000 people on the call.
I don't know.
John Lee's a big,
all I
big
know
name in
is
social media.
There was no sharing, and all of a sudden I felt like, oh my God, I just totally got had. That's
a quick hack for them to get you to do something. And
yes,
share their
and
information.
I fell for it.
But
and I felt like, oh my gosh, that wasn't a growth mindset. That was I just got screwed mindset.
I just got taken advantage of. But
yes.
So for integrity wise, someone like John Lee, I feel like they would have to, if they say that out loud and tell people they're going to do something,
they would follow
integrity
through.
wise, they would have to follow through.
Maybe he just didn't have time to get to all of the posts or something.
I feel like there has to be something there for that.
Maybe I should message him again. Maybe I should do it again. Be bold.
But now
live
you're
out loud.
Of the time frame. They're like, why is this girl tagging all of us? Why is this woman tagging all of us right now?
See? But that's being a fixed mindset.
Yeah.
Why should I care?
You shouldn't. And I say connect everybody, tag people, tag us.
Here's the thing. Andy Warhol said that he finally broke free and finally had a breakthrough in life. Finally hit that, I don't even know what to call it, but he finally became
started getting to the
Andy
pinnacle of
Warhol
himself
when he discovered 2 words. And those 2 words were, so what?
Ooh.
So what? So what? So what?
So too many of us are thinking, now what? And Andy Warhol's going, so what?
So
next.
what?
So what? Next, bring it.
So what? And I feel like so many times I care what other people think. My biggest fear is being judged. And that has put a ceiling on my mindset. It has kept me trapped. It has kept me fixed it has kept me in the cage. And so many times I start to break out and then I think, oh my gosh, what are people going to think?
Yeah, it's like a snail or a crab. You're like, okay, back in the shell.
And it's like this morning when I was being so bold and I sent that $1 billion real estate deal to a couple people thinking, you know what? This might really be a lucrative deal for you.
But they are high net worth
And even
investors.
if it's not for you, you have the right contacts that you might know someone. And then at the end, I had this really took balls. I said, oh,
Crystal balls.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bitches.
Like, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, so they are high net worth investors. And
I
they
know.
work with hundreds and thousands of high net worth investors around the world. And that's the arenas that we're playing in now.
I know, but who am I
It's
to go?
okay.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
You are a high net worth investor.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bitches.
There you go.
Now you're living lucky. Now you know what that's about.
So what?
So what?
So what? I'm literally gonna start using that. Thank you, Andy Warhol.
Thank you, Andy. And I'll pair it with Zig Ziglar saying you get anywhere you want in life by helping other people get to where they want. And that's what you were doing. So what?
So what? Who cares what other people think? Who cares?
You do you, boo.
Oh my gosh. All right. Growth mindset or fixed mindset. I know it seems
Which one
like
feels like you're living
such a broad topic, but which one feels free? Which one feels free?
Amen to that. I want to grow.
I want to grow too.
wanna
I want to
grow.
grow too. And sometimes we just need to catch ourselves and say, so what? Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.